Welcome to the Feelin' Good tutorial. During the following tutorial, I'll be displaying the lyrics to each section of the song on the monitor. Also on the monitor, you'll see some basic guidelines as to what you'll need to focus on for each phrase. The words in italics, i.e. the slanty ones, are words that are appropriate to emphasize. I've also underlined any words where it's appropriate to add some embellishments such as note bends, passing notes, note bumps, turns, and rhythmic or melodic changes. As we go through each phrase, I'll make suggestions as to which licks and tricks might go well with particular notes and phrases, but remember, the choice is yours and you can choose to add or subtract any of the suggested embellishments that I offer, and you're free to add them to any other part of the phrase that you see fit. Just remember to make sure that the meaning of the words aren't lost in the process. I'll also be using some very basic choreographic movements for each phrase. And again, you can choose to imitate me or decide on something else that better achieves the desired result you personally are after with regard to how you want to tell the story. If you reach a certain point in the song where you find that you're struggling with a particular element of technique, please pause the tutorial and revisit any relevant lessons and or exercises that will help you work through those areas, and then come back to the relevant section in the tutorial and implement those techniques. The beauty of how I've set up these tutorials is that you can practice the one phrase or section over and over, moving back and forth between relevant technical lessons and the phrase you're working on in the tutorial. Lastly, I'll be demonstrating the low voice version and the high voice version. So obviously, if you have a higher voice, you'll need to use the accompanying high voice audios, and of course the same goes for low voice. The first part of the song, Feelin' Good, has no introduction. So basically, as soon as you hear those orchestral strings start to play, you need to start singing. The rhythm throughout this entire song can be quite free. In fact, I recommend not being too rigid with the rhythm. Jazz music is often quite laid back and speech-like and uses a lot of behind the beat rhythms. For example, if I count 4 strict beats and sing the lyrics in time like this, 1, 2, 3, birds flying high, okay, then we lose that laid back feeling. However, I'll count the strict beats again, and this time I'll hold back a little on the words and just free them up a bit like this. 2, 3, birds flying high, okay? Now for me to take you through the exact rhythm and notation of this song would take a very long time. So instead, listen to the feel of the words and their groupings, i.e. which words are longer, which are slower, which words come on the beat, before the beat, or after the beat. You know, once again, you're developing your listening skills here. And make sure, especially if you're not so familiar with jazz and big band music, that you go and listen to a lot of the great crooners like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Nat King Cole, just to name a few, and listen to and feel the way they sing their words. Right. Make sure you have your lyrics in front of you. You'll find them in the documents file. As we go through these sections, you're going to want to take notes. You're going to want to write notes on them, so print them off. Because when we start putting the song together in larger chunks, you'll no longer have cues on the monitor to remind you of what to focus on technically while you're singing. Okay, my singing friend, remember to enjoy the process, right? You don't have to do it all today. You don't have to learn it all today or get it right today. All you need to do is practice today and you'll have taken a step forward. So, let's get started.